Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Yasharal's Court, an end-time series to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. My name is Symmanayah, and these are the words I am compelled to present to you. Today is August 28th, 2014. If you are one who seeks to do the will of the Almighty Father, Yahuwah, and have come to accept Yahushua as Messiah, as our Mashiach, then these words are to you. There will be those who will come to know the true name of the Almighty Father and come to know the true name of His set-apart one, His set-apart Spirit, His Word manifest in the flesh in the person of Yahushua Messiah. These words are also to you. You will join the ranks of those who have been delivered from pagan and factious and false terms and idol names. You will join the ranks of the children of the Almighty Yahuwah, led by Yahushua Messiah. These words are to you, whom I consider my brothers and my sisters. This segment of Yasharal's Court is entitled End Time Expectation. It is the 7th installment to the case regarding Yasharal, regarding the setting of priority. It is entitled Yasharal's Court as it presents information for you to judge. Yes, you will judge, my brothers and sisters, whether you realize it or not. To judge is to make a decision, to render a verdict. So whether we say make a decision or judge, we judge, my brothers and sisters. And our decisions are indeed on trial, for every action, every word, every deed is measured and will receive a verdict sooner or later, my brothers and sisters. This series is entitled Yasharal's Court. It will prove that set-apart justice will rise among us. It will heighten one's awareness to the structuring of a nation. With that said, let us get into this segment. I will continue to use a question and answer format to some extent. And as always, as often as I can, I suggest that you realize, I pray that this series serves or contribute to one asking questions with the intent to either draw closer together in unity or come away because of division. End times are here, and soon we will realize the time will come when we will make the final decisions that will affect us for the remaining days of our lives on this planet. With that said, let us now add the 7th priority, which is end time expectations, to the case of Yasharal's Court. This installment, end time expectations, will prove to be a contributing component. Today is August 28, 2014, and we continue to build a case for setting priorities under this series, Yasharal's Court. My belief is that Yasharal's Court provides a contribution towards establishing priorities during these end times. There are key things to consider for the case of Yasharal's Court. That is, that there will be decisions on trial. You will judge. There will be set-apart justice, and we will see the emergence and the structuring of a nation. It is recommended that in order for anyone to fully benefit from this case, this series entitled Yasharal's Court, that you follow it in sequential order, beginning with the introduction. Allow me to say that throughout scriptures we have witnessed characteristics of structure and discipline regarding Yasharal's journey. There have been examples used regarding the words house or house of Yasharal. Consider Exodus 16:31, which reads, "And the house of Yasharal called its name manna, and it was like white coriander seed, and the taste of it was like thin cakes made with honey." It says the house of Yasharal. I submit to you, in order comes details. In other words, where there's order, there will be details. And within details, there will be sound results that are established and demonstrated among us. With these words said, I am compelled to believe the order of these segments is as one building a house. In other words, the structure for Yasharal's court, the order of each topic is as one building a house of Yasharal. I salute you for your patience, endurance, your fortitude, your hunger for set apartness in Yahushua Messiah, our Mashiach. I salute your endeavors, your actions. Here are the building blocks for Yasharal's court to date, not including this segment. 1. Position of belief. 2. Language and communication. 3. Appearance and attire. 4. Continued worship and obedience. 5. Guard orders and command. 6. The emergence of a nation. My brothers and sisters, how can we exist if we do not have a position of belief? And if we have a position of belief, how can it grow? How can it be solidified? How can it be confirmed? How can it be manifest if there is no language, no communication that is reflective of that position of belief? And if we begin to speak, but our appearance, our actions, our attire is contrary to the very thing we believe, the very thing we speak of, how then can we grow strong in unity? And if we have a position of belief, know how to communicate, know the importance of language, know how to govern ourselves in appearance and in our attire, then it indeed is a reflection of our continued worship and obedience to the Most High Father. And if we desire that these things are preserved as we move out and walk among people, among one another, how can we ensure the continuity of strength, the building up of the body of one, unless we know the importance of guarding the orders and commands from the Most High? And if we are guarding the orders and commands of the Most High, and if we are discovering one another in Yahushua Messiah, we then represent the emergence of a nation of children of Yahuwah. And now, if we can understand the sequence that is presented in the case of Yasharal's court, we add the 7th component, which is end-time expectations. How can we have a position of belief, communicate and have language, have appearance and attire, continue to worship and obey, guarding orders, recognize an emergence of a nation, and there not be some type of end-time expectation? Let me ask this question. What significance do one's end-time expectations have regarding Yasharal? And I say, let me answer that question with the following. Let us consider the passage, Revelation 14:7. Saying with a loud voice, fear Elohim and give esteem to him, because the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made the heaven and the earth and sea and fountains of water. Isaiah 13:9 says, see, the day of Yahuwah is coming, fierce with wrath and heat of displeasure, to lay the earth waste and destroy its sinners from it. My brothers and sisters, there's an end point to these earthen vessels. There is the day of Yahuwah that will soon come. Allow me to also share Proverbs 29:18. It reads as follows. Where there is no vision, the people are let loose, but blessed is he who guards the Torah. Another translation says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keep the law, happy is he. It would be wise to realize that there is an end point to our earthen vessel's existence. There are living instructions, a blueprint of life in orders to seek out that are made possible by him who makes the scriptures alive. Yahuwah is his name, through his set-apart spirit that he sent in Yahushua's name. If you examine the building blocks, so to speak, the order in which the case of Yasharal's court is unfolding, it should paint a living picture of important things to consider for the unifying of an awakening nation. Pray, my brothers and sisters, study, pray some more, and watch with an earnest mind to discern and understand what the Spirit of Yahushua is making known, revealing. Have a ready mind to respond, my brothers and sisters. Now, allow me to add a little more to why end-time expectations are important. But first, let's examine the definition of belief and expectation and see if there is a link to these words. For we know without belief it is impossible to please the Almighty Father. Belief is defined according to basic dictionaries, the acceptance of a statement that is true or that something exists. Belief could be defined as trust, reliance, or confidence in someone or something. It can be defined as the mental act, condition, or habit of placing trust or confidence in another. Expectation it could be defined as a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. Expectation could be a belief that someone will or soon achieve something. It could also be eager anticipation. Now I ask you, my brothers and sisters, can you see the linkage between the words belief and expectation? If so, it would be wise to realize that each of us will be tasked with demonstrating our end-time expectations to one another and before the world. Let me pause right here, my brothers and sisters, and ask that you stay tuned and pray and ponder on whether you see the linkage between belief and expectations as you stay tuned for part 2. Shalom, shalom, shalom.